It was an ordinary evening, or at least I thought it was. The kind of evening where you prepare dinner, listen to the hum of the television in the background, and wait for your loved ones to come home. But when my daughter walked through the door that night, her face pale as a ghost, her hands shaking and blood staining her clothes, my entire world tilted on its axis. Panic surged through me as I rushed to her, my heart hammering in my chest. What happened? Are you okay? My voice trembled, barely a whisper. But she didn't speak. Her lips quivered, and tears brimmed in her eyes. My hands hovered over her arms, afraid to touch, afraid to see where the blood was coming from. My first instinct was to think she had been attacked. The thought alone sent a shiver down my spine. I looked at her, scanning her body for wounds, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. "Baby, talk to me," I begged, but she just shook her head. I grabbed my car keys, not wasting another second. The hospital wasn't far, but every red light, every slow-moving car felt like a lifetime. My daughter sat beside me, silent, clutching her stomach, and I felt utterly helpless. The last time I had seen her like this, she had been a little girl who had fallen off her bike, scraping her knee. But this was different. This was terrifying. We burst into the emergency room, and the moment the nurse saw her, she was rushed inside. I was left behind, pacing the waiting area, running my hands through my hair, feeling like I was losing my mind. What had happened? Who had done this to her? My mind raced with all kinds of horrific scenarios. Finally, a doctor approached me, his face unreadable. "Are you her mother?" he asked, his voice calm, but his eyes told a different story. Yes, please, tell me, what's wrong? Is she okay?" My voice cracked with desperation. What he said next shattered me. "Your daughter wasn't attacked," he said, pausing as if to measure his next words carefully. "She's experiencing a rare medical condition, something we don't see often." I blinked. A medical condition? But she was bleeding. She looked so scared. I protested, trying to make sense of his words. He nodded, understanding my confusion. "She has hematidrosis. It's a condition where a person literally sweats blood. It's rare, but it happens under extreme physical or emotional stress. It's as if her body was pushed to a breaking point." My breath caught in my throat. Sweating blood? The words sounded foreign, unreal. How? Why? Has she been under a lot of stress lately? Any traumatic events, extreme fear, or anxiety? The doctor asked. I opened my mouth to answer, but then the realization hit me like a freight train. Of course, she had. She had been going through a lot, more than I had realized. The pressure of school, personal struggles she never spoke about, emotions she bottled up. My daughter had been silently suffering, and I had failed to see it. Guilt clawed at my chest. Is she going to be okay? My voice was barely above a whisper. The doctor gave me a reassuring nod. She needs rest, support, and help managing her stress. It's not life-threatening, but if she continues down this path, it could worsen. She needs someone to talk to, someone to be there for her. At that moment, I vowed to be that person. When I was finally allowed to see her, she was lying in the hospital bed, looking so fragile, so small. I took her hand in mine, squeezing gently. "Sweetheart, you scared me." Tears spilled from her eyes. "I thought I was dying, Mom," she whispered. "I was so scared." I leaned forward, pressing a kiss to her forehead. "You're not dying, baby. And you're not alone. I promise you, from now on, we face everything together." That night changed everything. It made me realize how easy it is to miss the signs when someone you love is suffering in silence. My daughter was strong, but even the strongest people need someone to lean on. If there's anything you take away from this story, let it be this: check on your loved ones. Pay attention to the small changes. Sometimes, the ones who say they're okay are the ones who need us the most. And if you found this story shocking, if it opened your eyes to something new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever experienced something unexplainable like this? Let's talk about it. Because sometimes the most terrifying stories aren't the ones we make up, they're the ones that happen in real life.